Greetings and salutations, everybody. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. You are watching Raven Review. I'm your host, Raven, and today in this book review, I will be talking about Bloodlines, or Bloodline. I am going to get into some spoilish territory, so I'm going to run that clip really quick. Okay, so the basic plot, without ruining too much of it. First, let me say the book is really good. Claudia, this is Claudia's second Star Wars book, and it's the second one that has to do with Princess Leia as a senator. It fills in the gap between Return of the Jedi and the First Order, and you find out in this book why the Resistance exists. So let me get into that without ruining too much, but that way you have an idea of what actually happens in this book. So the book itself starts off with them dedicating a giant statue to Bail Organa, which is Leia's adopted father. And Leia starts doing some investigation and stuff like that about events that are starting to occur. She goes and meets with a senator named Rancid, who works for the opposite political party. And with his help and her pilots, they start figuring out that it is a mobster or gang type organization that are starting to develop weapons and other, shall we say, destructive vehicles of war for a secret organization. So as time goes on and stuff like that, there's a lot of political stuff that happens. There's a bombing and an attempted assassination and stuff like that happen. Eventually, there's a planet that comes across that wishes for Leia to take on the role of basically being the leader. Well, she doesn't want it, so she gives it to this other senator and stuff like that. And that's where this senator discovers the truth that Leia's real father is Anakin Skywalker, who is Darth Vader, as we all know. Meanwhile, the senators want to have a central leader, someone that is basically kind of in control of the entire Congress or the House of Senators. Leia goes to run for this political job. Even though she was originally planning to retire, she's kind of persuaded into running. That's when everyone discovers that her father is Anakin Skywalker, and she's basically ashamed and shunned away from being a senator, and everyone just hates her and stuff like that. After that happens, she gets a little bit more into the investigation and finds out that the First Order is the secret organization that these mobsters are working for, and that they're planning to develop an entire military unit to take down and conquer the galaxy. She does make friends again with Senator Revent. For a while there, they they weren't friends, and then they are friends. It kind of goes back and forth a little bit. And she didn't really care for him at first because he has a lot of empire mirror, like artifacts and stuff like that. But eventually they do develop a really good friendship. Then it's broken apart because he finds out about the truth that she's Anakin Skywalker's daughter. And then eventually they become friends again. Han Solo does appear in the book. And he runs a kind of like a racing circuit, I guess you could say. The Millennium Falcon is not in this book. It's gone. It's disappeared. Ben Solo is with Luke Skywalker training, and Leia does contact him to let him know of what has happened because she rather tell him about who his true grandfather is instead of just by hearing it through, shall we say, the grapevine. So those are some plot points and things like that have happened. So, with the plot out of the way, the book definitely keeps you wrapped up and sucked in and stuff like that. And it is a really good book. It takes a while to read, unless you're one of those speed readers that can go through like 600 pages in like a day. But if you're an average reader, it's going to take some time to actually go through it. There is some politics in it stuff, but it's not numbing and it's not difficult to get through it. Overall, the book is really enjoyable. I liked the stories and hearing about how the Resistance came to be and why it happened and stuff like that. Why Leia quit being a senator. It's just overall a really entertaining book. Highly enjoyable. So as far as my rating goes for the book itself, I'm going to say buy it. Just because it's so entertaining and it just adds a lot of pieces to that puzzle of how did we get from Jedi to The Force Awakens. And I think it's a really good addition to figure out what was happening in that gap. So if you're a big Star Wars fan and you do like reading, this is definitely a must read. Definitely check it out. And we'll be talking to you later. And like always, give somebody a hug. It may change their day, may change their life. And I appreciate you all for listening to this review. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.
Thank you for watching Raven Review. Please remember to push the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you know when a new video has been posted. Also don't forget to like or dislike the video you just watched. Then you can be an awesome person by sharing this video with all your friends on your social media networks. Have an awesome-tastic day and thanks for watching.